Most people start their day with motivation, but end it feeling drained, unaccomplished, and stuck in the same cycle. The truth is, it's not just how you start your day, it's how you end it that defines whether you'll wake up as a winner tomorrow. Today, I'll show you exactly how to end your day like a winner, so you don't just survive your days, you dominate them. Welcome back to your channel name, where we conquer our days and build unstoppable success. If you've ever gone to bed feeling like you wasted time, or ended the day with stress instead of satisfaction, then this video is for you. Because by the end of today's video, you'll learn a step-by-step strategy to end every single day with purpose, peace, and progress. Now, let us talk about the very first and one of the most powerful ways to end your day like a winner: reflection and gratitude. You see, most people go through their days on autopilot. They wake up, rush into the chaos of life, put out fires, handle responsibilities, and by the time night comes, they collapse into bed with nothing but exhaustion on their mind. And here's the problem with that: when you never pause to reflect, you never truly recognize how far you've come. And when you never practice gratitude, you carry stress into your sleep instead of peace. Winners are not just people who achieve massive goals. Winners are people who have the awareness to recognize the little victories that build momentum for the big ones. Reflection at the end of your day is like holding up a mirror to your progress. It's saying to yourself, what did I do today that moved me closer to who I want to be? Where did I succeed? Where did I stumble? And what can I learn from it? This single practice is what separates people who live consciously from people who live on repeat. Think about this for a second. How many times have you had a productive moment in your day but completely ignored it because your mind was too focused on what went wrong? Maybe you had a difficult conversation, but you handled it with patience. Maybe you didn't finish the whole workout, but you still showed up and gave effort. Maybe you didn't accomplish all 10 things on your to-do list, but you crushed the 3 that mattered most. Those things count, they matter. They are evidence that you're growing, improving, becoming stronger. But if you never take a moment at night to reflect, those little wins disappear from your awareness. They get buried under stress, self-doubt, or distractions, and eventually you go to bed feeling like you did nothing significant when in reality, you're building brick by brick. And here's where gratitude comes in. Reflection without gratitude is incomplete. Gratitude is the fuel that transforms simple reflection into a powerful mindset reset. When you pause and look back at your day with appreciation, you are training your mind to see abundance instead of lack. You reshifting your focus from what I don't have or what I didn't do to look at how much progress I made, and look at how much I already have to be thankful for. And the science backs this up. Studies have shown that gratitude lowers stress, improves sleep quality, and rewires your brain for positivity. Imagine ending your day not with worry or complaints, but with genuine appreciation for the opportunities you had, the lessons you learned, and the people in your life who made your day brighter. That alone can transform your nights, your mornings, and ultimately your entire mindset. Let me give you an example. Picture 2 people ending the same day. Person A had a busy day, crossed off a few tasks, missed a deadline, argued with a coworker, scrolled on their phone before bed, and went to sleep thinking, I can't believe I didn't get enough done today. Tomorrow's going to be stressful. Person B had the exact same day, but before bed, they spent 5 minutes reflecting. They wrote down 1 lesson they learned, 1 win they achieved, and 3 things they were grateful for. They acknowledged the argument with the coworker but saw it as an opportunity to practice patience. They recognized the tasks they did complete instead of obsessing over the ones they didn't. And they listed gratitude for something simple like having food on the table, a supportive friend, or even just the fact that they had another day to try again. Now tell me, which person do you think is going to sleep with peace and which person is going to wake up drained? This is why reflection and gratitude are so powerful. It doesn't take hours, it doesn't require perfection. All it takes is intention. Just 5 to 10 minutes at the end of your day, sitting quietly or journaling, asking yourself 3 questions. What did I do well today? What did I learn today? And what am I grateful for today? The answers don't need to be big. They don't need to be dramatic. Even something as small as, "I'm grateful I had time to laugh today," can reframe your entire state of mind. And here is something most people overlook. Gratitude isn't only about celebrating the good things. It's also about finding value in the challenges. Maybe today didn't go as planned, but it tested your resilience. Maybe someone criticized you, but it forced you to grow thicker skin. Maybe you faced rejection, but it redirected you to something better. Gratitude turns obstacles into stepping stones because you re-choosing to extract meaning from everything instead of letting life control you. Winners understand this. They don't end the day bitter, angry, or stuck in regret. They end the day with reflection and gratitude because they know that how they close one day directly shapes how they enter the next. And when you string together enough days like this, you're not just living, you're winning consistently now. The second key to ending your day like a winner is preparation for tomorrow. This is where most people fall short. They end their day in chaos and expect to wake up the next morning with clarity. But here's the truth: if you don't set tomorrow up tonight, you're already behind before the day even begins. Winners know this. They don't leave tomorrow to chance. They design it in advance. Think about how most people go to bed. They spend their last hour scrolling through their phone, consuming negativity, or worrying about what they didn't finish. Then they wake up in the morning with a cluttered mind, scrambling to figure out what matters most, and wondering why their days feel unproductive. Compare that to someone who spends a few intentional minutes the night before mapping out their priorities. They wake up with direction, they know their next move, and they start their day in control instead of in chaos. That's the difference preparation makes. Preparation is not about filling your entire tomorrow with 100 tasks. It's about identifying what matters most. At the end of your day, ask yourself, what are the 3 things that will make tomorrow a win for me? Not 30, not 50, just 3. Because success isn't built by doing everything at once. It's built by consistently doing the right things. When you go to sleep knowing exactly what your focus will be, you free your mind from worry, and you wake up with momentum. And here's something powerful. Preparation for tomorrow doesn't just organize your schedule, it calms your mind. How many times have you laid in bed at night thinking about all the things you need to do the next day? Your mind races, your body can't relax, and you end up tossing and turning because your brain is trying to hold on to a mental to-do list. Writing it down, setting your plan, and preparing in advance allows your mind to release that weight. It tells your brain, you don't have to hold on to this anymore. It's already taken care of. That's when you can finally rest peacefully. Now, let's make it practical. Imagine ending your day by taking 5 minutes to lay out tomorrow. You prepare your clothes so you don't waste energy deciding what to wear. You write down your top 3 priorities so you're not lost in distractions. You set aside what you'll need, whether it's your gym bag, your notes for a meeting, or even just a glass of water by your bedside to start the morning hydrated. These tiny steps may feel small, but they are powerful triggers for success. Because when you wake up and see everything ready, you don't hesitate. You move. And that momentum in the first hour of your day often dictates the quality of the entire day. But preparation isn't only about tasks, it's also about mindset. Winners don't just prepare their schedule, they prepare their state of mind. Before going to sleep, visualize the kind of day you want tomorrow. See yourself handling challenges calmly, staying focused, and moving with confidence. Tell yourself, tomorrow I will operate at my best. Tomorrow I will move with clarity and purpose. This mental rehearsal is not some fluffy idea. It's a proven technique athletes, leaders, and peak performers use to prime their minds for success. When you visualize tomorrow, your brain begins to accept it as reality, and you wake up ready to execute. Preparation also protects you from distractions. Let's face it, the world is noisy. The moment you wake up, notifications, messages, and obligations fight for your attention. If you don't already know what matters to you, you'll spend the day serving other people's priorities instead of your own. But when you've already defined your next steps, distractions lose their power. You're no longer reacting, you're executing a plan you already committed to. That's what keeps you moving forward while others remain stuck. And here's something that might surprise you. Preparation for tomorrow actually gives you more freedom, not less. A lot of people resist planning because they think it's too rigid. But the truth is, when you prepare, you create space. You free your mind from decision fatigue, you stop wasting time on what doesn't matter, and you actually gain more flexibility because the essentials are already handled. Without preparation, your days control you. With preparation, you control your days. Let me paint a picture. Imagine two different mornings. The first person wakes up late, scrambles to find clothes, skips breakfast, checks their phone first thing, gets lost in messages, and leaves the house stressed before the day even begins. The second person wakes up and sees their clothes ready, their bag packed, their top priorities written down. They hydrate, move with calm energy, and step into the day already knowing their direction. Which one do you think feels like a winner before 9 a.m.? The truth is, both people had the same 24 hours, but one ended their previous day with preparation and the other didn't. That's the power of this practice. Preparation for tomorrow is about sending a message to yourself that says, I take my life seriously. I'm intentional with my time. I'm not here to drift. I'm here to build. Because when you prepare in advance, you read not just organizing tasks, you read declaring to yourself and to life itself that you are in charge. Now we come to the third key to ending your day like a winner. And this one is the foundation that ties everything together, creating a positive night routine. Because here's the truth, how you close your night determines how you open your morning. And how you open your morning determines how you live your day. Most people underestimate the power of their evening habits. They think night is just about crashing into bed after a long day. But winners know that what you do in the last hour before sleep sets the tone for everything that follows. Think about how the average person spends their night. They stay glued to their phone, scrolling through social media, comparing themselves to strangers, consuming negativity, overstimulating their mind with endless content. Or they binge-watch shows until their eyes can barely stay open, then collapse into bed with a restless brain. And the cycle continues. They wake up groggy, unmotivated, and wonder why they feel stuck in a loop. The winners, they end the day with intention. They create rituals that recharge the body, calm the mind, and feed the soul. Their night routine isn't about wasting time. It's about investing in tomorrow. A positive night routine begins with disconnection. There has to be a point where you tell yourself, the day is done. Work is over. Stress stays here. That's why winners set boundaries with their technology. They put the phone away, they silence the noise, they protect their mental space. Because your mind can't shift into rest mode if it is constantly bombarded with new information. When you disconnect, you're giving your brain permission to slow down, to transition from the chaos of the day into the peace of the night. But disconnection alone isn't enough. The real power of a positive night routine is in replacing the noise with practices that elevate you. For some people, it's journaling, a chance to empty the mind, reflect, and release the weight of the day. For others, it's reading something uplifting, something that feeds the mind with knowledge or inspiration instead of clutter. Some meditate, some pray, some stretch or do deep breathing exercises. The method doesn't matter as much as the intention. The intention is to create space for peace, clarity, and renewal. Now let's talk about the physical side of a night routine. Your body needs recovery just as much as your mind. That means winding down with habits that tell your body it's time to rest. Maybe it's sipping a cup of herbal tea, maybe it's dimming the lights, maybe it's taking a warm shower. These signals prepare your nervous system for quality sleep. And quality sleep is non-negotiable for winners. Because success isn't just about grinding harder, it's about recharging smarter. You cannot show up as your best self if you're running on fumes. Sleep is where your body repairs, where your mind consolidates memory, where your energy is restored. Protecting your sleep through a positive night routine isn't just healthy, it's strategic. And here is something a lot of people overlook. Your night routine is also the perfect time to reinforce identity. Winners don't just live by habits, they live by identity. They tell themselves who they are, and then they act accordingly. Before going to bed, you can remind yourself, I am someone who shows up. I'm someone who grows daily. I'm someone who moves with purpose. When you repeat these affirmations at night, they sink deep into your subconscious, and you wake up already aligned with that identity. This is why a night routine is so powerful. It's not only about sleep hygiene, it's about mental conditioning. Imagine this. Two people, both with the same goals. One ends the night watching random videos, falling asleep with the phone in hand, and waking up with no energy. The other spends the last 30 minutes journaling their thoughts, reading something inspiring and visualizing tomorrow with confidence. Same. 24 hours, but two completely different outcomes. The second person is stacking the odds in their favor because they're reusing their night routine to program success into their mind and body. Your night routine doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be consistent. Even 10 to 15 minutes of intentional practices can transform your nights. The point is to signal to your brain that the day is ending with peace, not chaos. To remind yourself that no matter what happened today, you are in control of how you close it. Because winners don't end their nights by chance, they end them by choice. And when you think about it, your night routine is really your gift to your future self. Every act of reflection, every moment of gratitude, every small preparation, and every ritual of peace is you saying, "Tomorrow I've got your back." It's you stacking momentum in your favor before the day even arrives. That's why the night is sacred for those who want to live like winners. So, here's the truth. Ending your day like a winner is not about perfection, it's about intention. It's about choosing to reflect and recognize your progress instead of only seeing your flaws. It's about preparing for tomorrow so you step into the day with clarity instead of chaos. And it's about creating a positive night routine that restores your energy, strengthens your mindset, and programs you for success. Most people think success is built only in the morning grind, but winners know it's built the night before. Because how you close your day is how you open your next one. Every time you reflect, prepare, and practice a routine that empowers you, you're stacking victories. You're sending a clear message to yourself: I am in control of my time, I am intentional with my life, and I am building momentum day by day. If you do this consistently, nights stop being a time of regret and stress. They become a time of peace, growth, and empowerment. And when you learn to end every day like a winner, you don't just wake up stronger, you begin living every single day with purpose, clarity, and unstoppable energy.